Hi there. We survived the conflict and the crisis, so we deserve some love. We enter the week of the vessel, my favorite week. I mean, I have 4 favorite weeks. I'm a vessel, and not only that I'm a vessel in my Chiron too, and both of them are in the 2-4 profile. So I'm celebrating all aspects of love, learning, teaching, experiencing all these aspects. Really, it's a joy. So let's see what we have today. The sun is getting into the gate of the love of the body and is anchored by the gate of the universal love. And a few words about the vessel, and this is from really deep self-experience. When Ra says that these 4 gates of the vessel are not about personal love, oh my God, how that enlightened me, because it is so confusing, so confusing. The gates of the vessel are 4 aspects of love which are not personal. And what made me, in these few years that I'm experimenting with my design radically, and I'm living my design, and I'm learning human design deeply, I really realized what I can't put my finger on what love is, but I know this is not a feeling and it is not personal. And this really, it's liberation. It's not easy for the mind because we are so conditioned, and we are in the quarter of duality, and we know what all the interpretations for the word love and all the drama around this word. But actually, what we experience as real love is essence. It's something, it's some kind of energy, but it's not a feeling and it's not personal. And it's very confusing for people who carry these gates, and it's very confusing to the other who feels their love. It doesn't mean that these people don't love in a personal way, but this love doesn't come from these gates, from these gates. There are other love gates, and of course also people love each other or let's say connect. I prefer connect in a way that is good for both ways, and empowering and supportive and inspiring, which is this is what bonding is about. But the real vessel of love is not this personal thing, and it's very confusing. And it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the vessel, the gates of the vessel in a personal way. We can enjoy them, but it doesn't mean that this is personal love. And another thing is that gate 10, which is the only gate of the vessel that has 2 ways of love, the personal love and the impersonal love. But now we are going to talk about these 2 gates. So the love of the body, this experiential gate pushing upward, good fortune that may be perceived as a result of serendipity, but derives from effort and dedication. I'm talking to you, and I feel, I mean, I'm excited inside, because this is my design sun, and it took me, I think, until the experiment. Only after I started my experiment, I really started to love the body. And I'm not talking about sensual love. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about loving the body in a healthy way, in order to preserve it, in order to make it healthy. And it's interesting to see how the next 7 gates that come in this 8th part of the wheel that the 46 begins are all spleen gates. So the love of the body is first of all about health and about taking care of our body. So just a minute, I'll drink my juice. And I think I did it before. I think it started when I was around 40, but it wasn't really strong. And since I started the experiment slowly, I took it more seriously. I mean, and my body drove me there because it's unconscious. And in my Chiron, I have this 46 in my personality Earth. So I could see. I think when I look at it now, and I speak to you now, when I got to the Chiron, this drive to start really taking care of my body in a very serious way started there, and it only became strong and really strong about half a year ago. So this is a process, and I'm sharing this with you because I hope it is going to have an impact, and people that don't do it will start doing it because I know how important it is. We can't love. We know that the vessel has 4 aspects. You know that the aura, the gate of the aura is the 15th. The aura is the outer side of the vessel. And then the 46th, the love of the body, is the inside part of the vessel itself. It's the flesh, it's the body, the physical body. And then the 25th that we will soon talk about, it's the blood, the spirit, the blood in the vessel. And gate 10 is the little piece of the vessel that we pour the content of the vessel out from. And it's very important to take care of the flesh, because the flesh, the aura that we sleep alone and we keep distance and we protect our aura, and then we protect our body and we keep it healthy, so the spirit can go through what it needs to go. It's all very logical. So the love of the body is about, we're talking about the quarter of duality, is about experiencing with the other what is love of the body, to love ourselves, it's all about self-love, to love our body through the other. We know that this human experiential way, this is the abstract sensing circuit, the collective abstract circuit is not about personal stuff, but about experiencing with the other. The other is one of our tools, one of our partners to go through things. And here it's about to love the body. So it's sometimes, I don't want to generalize, but sometimes when people are connected through this electromagnetic between the gate of saying yes, the 29th gate, and the gate of love of the body, they have very sensual connection. This is a very sensual connection. It's one of the Tantra channels. And Tantra is not in the way that we look at it in the seven-centered way of looking, but it's about empowering the self and empowering the direction, and of course empowering the body and the love of the body. So this is going to be 6 days in the sun. Let us have fun. Let us love ourselves. The earth is in the gate of innocence, the perfection of action through uncontrived and spontaneous nature, universal love. This, if we're talking about the 4 gates of love, that they are not personal, that this is the most impersonal gate of all impersonal gates. This is about, you know, the love of the high priest or the priestess. They just love everybody. And it's not only about loving people, it's about loving everything. This is the capacity to love. All the gates of the vessel are loving gates. What they do is they love. It's like gate 40 is denying things, then these gates are loving things. But the universal love is about loving everything. I mean, you know, objects and plants and animals. And my best friends, who is close enough for me, knows that I give names to my favorite objects. And it's very interesting to see this, because again, this is very, very confusing. This gate is confusing to the other and to the person itself. I think more to the other, because this is a flowing love. It comes outside and it loves everything, and everybody that stands there might take it personally and think, oh, this man or this woman feels this love for me. And it's not personal, but it's very inspiring as I see it. And it's, of course, individual, so this is empowering. Another thing about this gate, that when it is correct and it really holds this innocence, then it is ready to get the shock. You see that it looks at the 51st gate, the gate of shock, of the ego, and this, of course, together create a channel of initiation, which is about shock initiation and about the connection between the physical realm, the realm of the ego, to the higher realm, the higher knowing of the G center. So it's very, very interesting. And when this innocence displays itself correctly, then these people are ready or are equipped to get the shock, the correct shock, according to strategy and authority, of course. So these two gates, we are going to enjoy them. And Venus is going to dive into the cauldron and cook all the tribal values. You see that the tribe has all kinds of values. Not all of them are very beautiful. You know, the fourth line is corruption. So all kinds of pieces and creatures are in this cauldron. Uranus in his retrograde is going back to this amazing line. This is the only line in the Ravi Chin that is actually called trial and error. And it's very beautiful because Uranus is the gate of, Uranus stays in the gate of growth. The 42nd is the gate of growth and the gate of ending cycles. And what this line is saying to us is there is no growth and no development without going through trial and error. And it's about accepting or not accepting mistakes as part of the growth. So I love this gate. In the 25th, we are going to have some struggle. Venus is going to jump out of the cauldron and take the risk in the gate of the risk taker, the 28th gate that will connect to Pluto, and we'll have some individual struggle that please let us leave it as it is, individual struggle to find the right purpose and to fight for our individual principles and not struggle between ourselves, please. And the last thing that happened on the same date is that Mars is going to enter the gate of self-love, the gate of behavior of the self, 10th gate, my personality sun, so I'm in love with this gate. This gate gives the names and the quality to the 6 profiles. We have the investigator, and then we have the hermit and the martyr and the opportunist and the heretic and the role model. And these are the 6 lines of the 10th gate. Again, it's about self-love or not. There are people who carry this gate that really don't like themselves, and I can't guarantee, but I have a feeling that through strategy and authority and living correctly, then self-love will appear. The potential is there. The self-love is the basis for everything. If we don't love ourselves, and I'm not talking about sticky love, because we're not talking about love as sticky stuff. We're talking about an essence. So if somebody accepts who he is, then it's beautiful to live in this vessel, yes, in this body, in this aura. We accept the body, the physical body we live in. We accept the aura, it means the type, and we honor strategy and authority. And that's the foundation for loving the way, because this gate is also about loving being, to love being in the world, and this is about loving our way in the world. And the world is not nice, it's not a nice place to be in. My futility sees that, but it doesn't matter. This is who we are and where we are, and this is the thing we have to go through, and it's very beautiful. When I was little, there was this thing on TV that called The Love Boat. I'm sure many of you remember. And when I started the human design journey, and I was informed that I'm the vessel of love, so I checked the word vessel, because I remembered that a vessel is a boat. And it's true, it is a boat, and it has other meanings too. But I stayed with this. I mean, for me, this is the love boat. So I'm every time I'm saying this name, the vessel of love, I see these people, and I see the love boat and all this sticky stuff that happened that is, of course, the opposite of the real love of the vessel. But it's interesting. So in order to make our self-love and love of the body and universal love and everything to bloom, yes, we need to take care of ourselves as little flowers, and people that are coming into getting into the experiment, they really need to to be very focused on nurturing their design, because we are conditioned and we were so far from who we are so many years. Part of us were very far from who we are, part of us were there. Yes, we are mixed. So the things that really nurture us is following our type's strategy and letting our body navigate, letting our inner authority or decision-making process take the decisions and navigate us in life. And of course, we want to protect our aura, we want to protect the vessel, so we sleep alone. And these three things, just do this radically, and you'll see how you blossom. I'm sure of that. So let us have a very, very fun and loving week. Love you. Bye-bye.